They said the alien heir ate tutors for breakfast. And by the time the summons reached the edge of civilized space, no one thought it was a joke, Princess Alaria Velkrin, sole heir to the Black Spiral throne, had broken scholars, generals, telepaths, and philosophers. Some fled after a single lesson. So when the Empress ordered the palace to find one more tutor, the search engines dug through forgotten registries and dead worlds. And what they found made an empire fall quiet, one human male living unclaimed. Last legal citizen of Earth, his name was Elias Vale. And he arrived in a cargo shuttle, carrying a dented iron trunk and a paper notebook. He had no armor, no title, no entourage, eyes that never rushed. Aliri met him in the obsidian docking hall, bright with silver and dangerous enough to make guards step back. She circled him once, rested a claw beneath his throat, and waited for fear. Instead, Elias said, "I hear you need help with your studies." Laughter burst from the nobles. Then died when Alieri did not move, because for the first time, someone had spoken to the air not like she was a storm, but like she was a student. The room forgot how to breathe. Aliri hated him at once. Hated the way he did not kneel, so she dragged him into the Hall of Tides for the first lesson, where equations burned above black water and every other tutor had failed. Then she attacked with brilliance, sharpened into cruelty. She recited doctrine, twisted law, mocked his planet, mocked the idea that a species that lost its own world could teach anyone anything. Elias let her finish, opened his notebook, and asked why Velkrin's occupation models ignored famine behavior, why imperial schools rewarded memorization over judgment, why a ruler trained to dominate could still be led by anyone who understood her pride. She tried to corner him with complexity. He answered with simplicity: bread, winter, bridges, broken engines, children, trust, and somehow those small examples explained more than palace doctrines. Every time she laughed at him, she learned something. Every time she prepared to humiliate him, he turned the lesson toward something deeper than victory. By sunset, she had not killed him. By the third day, she was waiting for him. By the seventh, she asked a question she did not already know the answer to. This was the first impossible thing. He taught from the iron trunk beside his chair. Inside were Earth relics, a cracked compass, a toy train, a chipped blue mug, dead seed packets. Books repaired with tape. To the court, it looked like junk. To Elias, it was curriculum. The compass became navigation and humility. The toy train became logistics. The seeds became ecology and patience. The mug became memory. And the books became the principle Alarie resisted most. Intelligence meant nothing if it could not protect lives smaller than your own ambition. She fought him daily, challenged him to ritual duels. Once rewired his translator, so royal titles became barnyard insults. Once locked him in a gravity chamber just to see if humans panicked in silence. He emerged pale and furious, then assigned her 12 pages of apology in 4 languages. And for the first time in her life, the heir obeyed because she knew he was right. Weeks passed, and the palace changed. Illyri started listening to servants. Started asking engineers how systems actually failed. Started questioning doctrines older than dynasties. The Empress watched. The ministers whispered. Because rage had never frightened them. Rage was useful. Rage was predictable. But curiosity in the air was something else entirely. And curiosity was more dangerous than rage. The assassination fleet arrived during the Festival of Binding. Hidden inside a diplomatic convoy from House Sarakai, tribute ships crossed the shield gap. Then unfolded into gun platforms above the capital. Alarms screamed, ministers scattered. And the Empress was trapped before the palace battalions could form. Every admiral begged the heir to answer with full orbital fire. Illyri stood over the tactical well with fury tearing through her bones. Half a heartbeat from becoming exactly what her enemies expected, then Elias spoke from beside her. Do not answer them with power. Answer them with understanding. He reminded her of maintenance tunnels, the nobility ignored, freight routes hidden in sanitation maps, civilian traffic patterns, blind spots made by arrogance. Then Illyria moved, not like a predator, but like a mind trained to see the whole machine. She evacuated workers and children through service arteries, rerouted defense drones through cargo grids, flooded enemy targeting nets with ancient Earth classroom audio and obsolete signal noise from Elias's trunk. Clutter so irrational, HFY War has dismissed it as harmless background. Then she staged a retreat that lured the command ships beneath Velcrin's tidal mirror array, where reflected stellar glare blinded their sensors long enough for interceptors to cut them apart. By dawn, the invaders were drifting, the Empress lived, and how HFY surrendered to the air they had mistaken for a monster. This was the lesson that saved an empire afterward. The court demanded to know which academy had trained Allery, which doctrine she had followed, which general deserved the glory. She looked across the burning horizon, then at Elias Vale, last man of Earth, and answered so the whole throne city could hear. He taught me to think like someone who cannot afford waste. He taught me to notice the lives empire forgets. He taught me that survival belongs to those who understand more than they destroy. After that, no one called Elias a relic again. His lessons spread farther than fleets. Schools opened in labor rings. Frontier moons received food before war taxes. Conquered systems were invited into council. And when Alieri finally took the Black Spiral throne, she wore no blades. Only a rusted iron key from Elias's trunk around her throat. Before the gathered worlds, she gave her first decree. Let the record show that when the stars offered me power, they taught me fear when empire offered me knowledge. It taught me obedience, but when they gave me the last man from Earth, he taught me how to deserve a future and across the spiral. Species that had laughed at humanity finally understood why even a dying race could terrify the universe. Because Earth was gone, its people reduced to one stubborn teacher with a dented trunk. And still, humanity walked into the dark, found a child on the edge of becoming a monster, and taught her how to become more.